Hello, Narnach here. We have reached 500 subscribers to the channel as of a bit earlier today. It's a very nice milestone to hit just before the winter holidays. Right now, there's over 1100 videos available on the channel for you to enjoy, and I'm most definitely not done making them. Last year, in April 2015, I started making daily video content. The channel didn't really take off until June, when I started with Zero Frutia S100 and Big Pharma, as well as continuing my earlier efforts in Path of Exile content. Now found ourselves at December 2016, and over the last year and a half I've created over 40 series and a bunch of standalone videos. It took me a while to really find my voice with Path of Exile, and a format that really worked well for me and that you liked as well. But Path of Exile has really become my main game. There's now an episode about every day, and I happily wear my Path of Exile t-shirts as often as my laundry machine permits. I'm actually wearing one right now. So, I follow the community closely, I try to showcase some of the new content, and I tend to mostly play niche hipster builds, some might call them, and that really has become my thing to do. Not the most powerful, but definitely a lot of fun to play. And I'm happy that you are enjoying that as well. So, in the last couple months I've made a couple of videos that were more focused on just a single topic, just like my thoughts on multi-strike or what I was thinking about Blade Runner at the time. And it's very likely that I'll be making more videos like that in the future. Not switching things up completely, but some of those videos that I made earlier, they were sparked by discussions or just by questions in the comments. And YouTube comments having a really bad reputation. I think that's mostly because of the larger channels where it's just really easy for things to turn toxic. But luckily, the channel is still nice and small. And I have nothing but praise for how awesome all of you are and how well behaved people are in the comments. There's a lot of thoughtful comments, sincere questions, and people are just being really nice and helpful to each other. So it's something I've been saying in most of my video updates. I keep saying it. You guys are awesome. But those questions. Every once in a while there's a question that sparks me to dive a little bit deeper into it. And then that just turns into a comment, sometimes a comment the size of a blog post. And I figured it would be more useful to make a video out of that I can put up on the channel, that if people are searching for it on YouTube or on Google or wherever, if the video is actually about the answer to that question, then more people can find it, and therefore more people can enjoy it. So as I come across more things, I will definitely be making more videos like that. So there's not going to be any regularity to it, but it's definitely something that I tried a couple times, been really happy with it, so I'm definitely going to continue with that. So I'm the kind of person that can't just focus on a single thing without getting bored, so I do like some variety in my gaming. There's a reason why I tend to view myself more as a serious casual player or a casual serious player, depending on how you look at it. Path of Exile, it's my main game, but on average I play about an hour a day. It could be that some evenings I'm just sitting there playing 3-4 hours, then maybe a day or two that I don't play, and then a couple hours again, and on average it's about an hour per day, which works really well for me. But that means I do have other games that I play. And for example, Grim Dawn is my secondary game. It's on a more relaxed schedule, and that works rather well. I actually had a little bit of a script written out, but I catch myself that even if I write a script, it really helps me order my thoughts, collect my thoughts, think about what I want to say. But then the moment I open my mouth, I instantly deviate from the script. But even if I then stop recording, go back to the script, edit the script to basically be what I just said, I still go off script again. So yeah, that's always the fun bit. But Grim Dawn, currently my secondary game. I initially started playing it on softcore after having actually ran into hardcore devs pretty early on, trying to just, let's play this hardcore from the get-go. Yeah, nah, didn't really work out. Grim Dawn, pretty brutal if you don't quite know what you're doing. So my first series were actually all on softcore. Played the game to the end boss, and then created a new character and played the game through again. Over a couple of betas, a lot of content got added, and currently I find myself playing a hardcore character for the first time. Accidentally, I just forgot to remove a checkbox, but it's a lot of fun, and it's the first time I actually decided to push beyond the game's end boss, do some optional dungeons on the side, and then increase the game's difficulty and see how far I can make it until I die. In Grim Dawn, death is really the end. It's not like Path of Exile, where after dying you just become a standard character. Nope, death is really the end. You actually become a ghostly outline of your character. Pretty cool. But not something that you would want to strive for. So, no, that series is still going. We just hit epic difficulty, so things are gonna crank up in difficulty. And I'm very curious to see how far I can push that. The other series we currently have going, there's only 3 right now, is Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, and RimWorld. Didn't think it would actually turn into a series this long, but the game just seems to resist getting finished. It keeps giving me new colonists, and then after they get married, they tend to mysteriously die. It really seems that there's a curse on married couples in that game for some reason. And I'm trying to research spaceships, which is what allows you to escape from the game, but for about a month now, so that's like 5 or 6 episodes. I've been looking for gold, which I need for that research, and there's just no gold to be found. So we keep getting more colonists that are dying less fast than we keep getting them, so we keep getting more waves of invaders and attackers, and I really hope to eventually actually finish this game, but no, we're at episode 73 now. I suspect at this rate we might actually reach episode 100, so that will make it the longest running series on my channel. I believe before that the title was held by the Fall of the Ancient Guardians. I might actually have surpassed it. I think that actually ran to 68 episodes. Wait, no. Path of Exile, Lacerate, Toxic Viking. That one ran for about 80 episodes. And there's still a couple of episodes that I intend to record, especially now that I've got some vacation time. I do plan to spend that time gaming, having a look at some of the most toughest bosses in the game. I still have an appointment with Kor Malakai that really needs to die at some point. Atsiri, I really want to run her again. And after that, we'll see. So, well, that's all the state of where we are. So during the winter vacation, Christmas vacation, however you want to call it, last year my plan was, I've got 2-3 weeks of spare time. Let's record 4 episodes per day and just go full blast. And then halfway through, I decided to spend Christmas and some time after with friends, and the entire schedule just collapsed. And I should not hit my microphone. And the entire schedule collapsed. So this year I'm being more realistic about it. I'm not making any promises. We might actually see less episodes than normal. I have a couple of days where I don't have anything planned. But no, it's a vacation time. I might spontaneously decide to do something social. So I'm trying to record video for at least 1 episode per day. Just record a bunch of Path of Exile in advance. But if there's a couple of days where there's no videos, don't get worried. Then I'll just be being social with friends and just not getting the time to actually record something. So towards the new year, things should pick up a bit more regularly at least. So speaking of the new year, let's have a bit of a look at 2017. So, of course, Path of Exile, that's going to continue. Currently we're on patch 2.5, and it's rumored that the next one is not going to be 2.6, but going to be 3.0. Massive update, adding a 5th act to the game, removing cruel difficulty, so there's only going to be 10 acts to play through rather than the 12 we have now, which means that I suspect on average we'll get to maps a bit faster than we currently do. So that means we have a couple more episodes of mapping per series, at least as long as I stay alive and all that jazz. So, that's just based on the bits and pieces that have been leaked. I don't think there's an official release date for 3.0 yet. It's just current expectations. So, let's see, the strategy guides. Actually, in my notes, I had it already, a bunch of stuff about strategy, making standalone videos, but I've talked about that. So, notes, be gone. Grim Dawn. We are currently playing with a soldier that's really buff, really tanky, and really hardcore. So after we conclude that series, or after a monster decides to conclude that series for us, we're gonna do another series with a demolitionist using a two-handed ranged weapon, so big guns or big crossbows. And no, that's gonna be something completely different from what we've done before. Might do it on hardcore as well. We'll have to see how the current soldier experiment works out. And after that, will have played all the classes at least once. Though technically with the shaman and the occultist, I played them together as a conjurer, completely focused on pets and not using any of the spells. So there is still a lot of space left there that I could explore. And there's no different aspects of different classes that I have not explored yet. So there's still a lot of potential builds I can play. But I'm waiting for the expansion. The devs are working on an expansion. They're leaking a little bit of data, so I'm interpreting them just leaking bits and pieces of teaser content to mean that somewhere in 2017 it's very likely that an expansion is going to be released. So once that gets released, I'm hoping for an extra class. If their expansion follows the same line as with Titan Quest, then we'll get one extra class, which of course you can multi-class with all the other classes, so there's going to be a lot of build options. So I'll of course be doing a full playthrough with that class as my primary class, whatever it turns out to be. So 2017 for Grim Dawn is going to be interesting. RimWorld, once we finish it, I think I'm gonna not start a RimWorld Alpha 16. We're actually at Alpha 16 already, even though the series is for 13. Yes, it's been going on for that long. But I'm not gonna do another RimWorld series just because the viewer count is a bit on the low end. So the people in the audience that like RimWorld and those that like my other games, it's not a huge overlap. And for now, I've played a lot of RimWorld. It's fun, but at some point it's nice to just take a break. So I'm gonna give RimWorld a bit of a break and use that time for other things. So my current plan is just a bit vague. I want to do some more shorter series. With Path of Exile and Grim Dawn, I've already got 2 games that I'm committing to, series that will just stretch on for a long time. I want to do some more shorter things. So ideally something that, if I just sit down on a Saturday morning or a Saturday afternoon and just hit record and just start playing and maybe continue on Sunday, that by the end of the weekend I have a series recorded. So there's maximum of 10 episodes, maybe. Depends a bit on how the game will work and things like that. So an example of that is, for example, Offworld Trading Company. When it launched, or when it came out of early access, I should say, I did a series for that, playing through the campaign. 7 episodes, that's nice and contained. Now, you can just sit down, you can record it, and it's just going to be done. It's not going to drag on for 70 or 100 episodes. And Offworld Trading Company actually got a bunch of patches, it got an expansion. which focused on campaigns actually. So that seems something that's interesting to go back to and sit down, record it, and just see how you like it, and see if I feel like playing more, and maybe do something like that, or some other game. Stellaris, I looked at that when it launched. Turned out the early game was really nice. The middle game lacked content, and I never even got to the end game. They had a 1.1 patch, they had a 1.2 patch. Those added some things, but it was just little bits and pieces. Then their Paradox had their summer vacation, so for a month or two nothing happened. And by that point I had just lost interest in the game because nothing really was happening anymore. And no, there was just there was nothing left to do besides just slog on, and that's not something that you want in a game. So then after the summer vacation, I think they had patch 1.3, which added a bunch of things to the middle game. And they actually added so much content to the game that they broke existing save games. They really did a big overhaul. And since then, I think they've added more patches. There's been some DLC, but I've only just vaguely kept in touch, so I'm not actually too sure what's happening there. But the fact that they added that patch that broke existing save games, but added a bunch of stuff to the middle game and some bunch of interface enhancements that really made the game better to play, that sparks me to maybe go back to it and see what it's like, and maybe do another series for that. Though Stellaris, I don't think I can actually do a short series for that, so I'm not entirely sure if that's a wise thing to do, or... But yeah, as I said, that's just going to be for the future. I've still probably got another 30 episodes of RimWorld left to do. And of course, 2017 will have a bunch of new games as well. I've no idea actually what's coming out, but we shall see when things come out. Oh yeah, another one. Orwell. It's a bit of an episodic detective game in which you basically get the role of a special investigator who has the power to, with government sanction, to hack people's social media accounts, emails, things like that, in order to find out who the terrorists are. And it's episodic. I've played the first episode at a friend's place, and I liked it enough that I actually, when I got home, I bought the game as well. But playing through that first episode, I think it took me about 3 hours or so. There's a lot of reading. You're reading news articles, you're reading people's Facebook timeline, you're investigating websites, you're piecing together information, you're building this entire web of people, you're assigning traits to them, and you have to make decisions about which bits of contradicting information you're going to assume is the truth. And all the information that you log into the records that you build on the people, on the dossiers, your supervisor is going to act based on that. So if you, for example, log that someone might be a possible terrorist, their house might get raided and the people might actually get arrested. So if you then don't have enough information, or if you pick the wrong person, then it could be that in the interrogation they can't trigger the person to confess because they have no evidence or anything, and that could just mess up the investigation. So I really liked the concept. So that might be something to play as well, and it's limited in scope, but it's gonna be fun, and there's a lot of thinking out loud and things like that. And due to the episodic nature, I think they've got like 5 or 6 episodes planned, and currently I know there's at least 2 episodes out. There might even be a third one out. So that might be something that could be fun to do once I've finished RimWorld. And at that point, no, the game should be advanced further as well. So that's a little bit of the thoughts I have, state of where we are, where we're going. But for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.